So the next thing, I haven't even included color, and there is a video that we're gonna have that has color as well. But I wanna show you guys how to do multiple different ideas so that this is what you're gonna be doing. You can add color to it, and you have to go through the video to show color, because if you go to your colors, you'll notice there's a limited amount of colors listed here. So you have to go through that video to see how you add colors, because it's not intuitive. There's a process behind it. So I'm going to zoom out, and I've saved this, and this one is saved at 01, main project for 01. Now that I've saved it as 01, now I can go in and I can make other changes to this, and I can save it as another name. So I'm going to take some other ideas to this. For example, I'm going to make this picture just on this page, and I'm going to take this discography and I'm going to put it over here, and then I'm going to change my title. So I don't like it being bold right here, so I'm going to change this to demi bold. Okay, and then I'm going to make from much smaller, and I want to add from back all the way in the same line. So I'm just going to type it out because it's all in the same typeface. So I'm just going to go up here, back, and it's already set up in caps, so I don't need to type it in caps. And I'm going to get rid of that back. And I'm going to line this up here and bring hell really big. And maybe even make hell all caps. I don't know. Let's try it just regular right now. See how it works. Okay. Road, a little smaller. And I don't like that it's all in that bold, so I'm going to make this actually in Roman. There we go. And road can be a little smaller as well. From road, make road all caps. Click twice on it, make all road all caps. And then eventually I might even have this as different colors, but right now, yeah, I'll make this a little bigger. And I don't have to worry because I can actually do this and then make some changes and then save it late, you know, as another name. So there I have another new title. I'm going to take my whole other lead in, and oh, looks like that this needs to be pushed over. And I'm going to take my lead in, and I'm going to make my lead in go all the way to the whole entire column. So let's take a look. So I have a return that I did, a soft return here. So I'm going to fix this. Right, I'm going to fix this. I'll make this a little bigger. Command Shift greater than. There it is. And then for this, let's hide our, well, first let's get this on a 2-column grid. So I'm going to take this, bring this over to 2 columns, bring this over right here. So now it's 2 columns. And if you notice in the columns, there's these little really thin columns. You are only lining your stuff up on the outside of that. That thin column is the gutter between the 2 columns. You want to stay away from doing this kind of thing too. You don't need a big, huge column. You just work with these really small, thin gutter between the 2 columns. And now that this is bigger column, I can now make my drop cap bigger. So I'm going to go to here, click anywhere inside of this paragraph. I'm going to go to the drop cap, and I'm going to make the drop cap bigger. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe doesn't look as well because it's still really small right here. So maybe just keep it at a minimum. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, maybe this should be 1 full column, like a big column like this. There, that's a little better. And then here I can put my discography if I wanted to. So now I want to save as another name. So you want to make sure you don't save over the last one. You could probably even save it as another name beforehand, but now I'm going to go to save as. Come on. And I'm going to save this as 2. So I have a habit of clicking save, Command S every time I'm working. So I think for this next one, I'm going to go save as, and I'm going to save this as Command 3. And I'm actually going to save as I go, just in case. So I mean 03. So the 03 is going to be a little bit different. So once again, I want to try different things out. So I'm going to switch stuff up. I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to lock this layer. Oh, looks like my body copy is all in that layer. So now I'm glad that I looked at it, because this actually should be on a separate layer. This should be in the text. There it is. And this one should be in the photo. Okay. Now I'm going to lock the images. Let's make sure this one's in there. Yeah. Lock the images. And now I'm going to click and drag this over. Hold down, push the W to see where my guides are. Oh, this works perfectly where I have the picture of him over here. So, and then I'm unlocking the images and bringing this down a little. There we go. So I didn't have to do very much. I just switched it. And now I'm going to maybe bring this one over here, maybe even bring it up here and make it smaller. It doesn't need to be so big. Bring it in the corner. There it is. And now this one is 03, so I save. So then I go into save as, and I save it as 04, and this is the next one, which is slightly different. So then I go, okay, well, I don't like this typeface anymore. I'm going to try a different typeface. So totally winging this here because I don't even know what typeface is on this computer, because it's a computer from the art department. See, this typeface would be way too decorative. You could probably use it as an accent for one word, but I wouldn't do it for the whole entire title. So this is actually kind of a cool typeface, Blackmore. So maybe for hell, for the word hell, I would use it for, so I'm gonna select hell and I'm gonna go Blackmore. Blackmore, there it is. And it's more rock and roll than hip hop, but I'll just do it anyway. Okay, and then that's gonna have a problem here, so I'm gonna have to rethink about how this is gonna lay out here, because that can't go over top of there. So once you get the typeface in, then you can get an idea. And then this, I'm probably gonna maybe just keep it all on one line. Road. Oh, it's from, I misspelled. It's supposed to be back from. You guys didn't see that? I'll have to change the other ones, but there we go. Hold down the shift, bring it smaller. Okay. And you can have a lot of space on the top. You don't have to put your title on the top. It's not always a good idea to put the title on the top. It's better if you have some space. So this is not lining up. It looks kind of weird here. So I'm going to switch this. I'm going to bring this over so this all aligns to here. Now that I have this H that kind of comes down and gives me this little accent right here, and I've tucked the lead in, and it looks like there's more of the lead in there too. And I think that the lead in should be just a little smaller for this one. There we go. And then we're going to bring this up. And then for the drop cap, you can have the drop cap at the typeface that you're using, or you can even pick an accent typeface. I wouldn't do it the same typeface that this is, but maybe you might want to do it this one just to, so that it's a little different. So this one was Avenir. Avenir black, maybe Avenir Roman. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this in here. And maybe bring that down. Let's try it with that typeface though. Okay, so this one is another name, and I've named this one 04, right? So now I'm going to do another one that's save as 05. And I'm going to change this image because I don't want this image anymore. Maybe have this image really big. So let's delete this image, take this image and make this image the really big image. Okay, and then maybe I might even want the discography, maybe all the separate little discs or something up here, but let's put it up here. Just try to change it, make it a little different. Maybe put it over this side. And then maybe even make this a little bit bigger. I want to show the MTV but I want it over slightly. So there we go. So, and now for this one, maybe I'm going to change this to another typeface. Since I was totally winging it before, let's wing it again. You want to stay away from using decorative typefaces, although that one is pretty decorative, but I'm only using one. I'm not using the whole entire title in that. So it's important to know that you need to use contrast. So that's a script typeface. We don't want that one. Okay, so there's another typeface here. That's kind of cool. Kind of goes with this block that's in the trophy. That's another option. And maybe even want to kern this a little bit so that it lines up. It's very Swiss in the sense of the grid. There we go. And I'm going to put this over the whole entire thing. I'm going to bring this a little smaller. Come on, make it a little smaller. There we go. It's taking a little bit of time, this computer. So yeah, it's snapping. Probably snapping to the grid. Okay, and then I want to make this a little bigger, Command Shift greater than, so I make this bigger. Maybe have this in that typeface right there. What typeface is this? Machine? That's going to be hard to read, but it's a lead-in, so maybe we'll try it. Machine. Machine. There we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Right? I don't like the fact that to help is really small, so I'm going to have to maybe make this a little bigger or make it there. That's better. And then I still like this big initial cap right here. And maybe right in here, I could put a quote or I could put another picture. So I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to place another picture. I know we're at quarter after. I'm going to let you guys go. But I'm going to grab, what other pictures do we want? Not that one. One's just not a very healthy looking one. No. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's grab that one. It's in a Photoshop file. Oops. Click, drag. There it is. Now I want to just make this the size of this whole entire section. I can even just keep it white if I wanted to. Just maybe make it small down here. Crop this out. And just have this down here next to this image. Make it a little bit bigger. There it is. Okay, so that's my other page. This is 5, so save. So now after you're done and you've made, you're supposed to make 6 to 10 different variations, you start doing screen grabs, but you want different ones. So I'm gonna open up all of the recent ones. We're gonna open up 1, we're gonna open up 3. Looks like I don't have a 2. Oh, there's the 2. 2, 4, 5. Okay, command 0, I'm sorry, command option 0 on that one. Command option 0. Let's close this. Command option 0. Okay, so right in front of you guys, I did this one, and it took about an hour because I know the program really well. So it's gonna take you guys a little longer. But this one, then I did another version that's this. So these are the 2, and then I popped to this, and then I changed the typeface because I needed a variation. So I'm gonna change the typeface, and I popped to this, changed the typeface, moved it around. And then I went from this to this one, which changed the image and changed the typeface. And also, you will see that I have variations. Let's see if I can find my variations. Where is it? This is it right here. We'll open up these. Oh, sorry. Oh, I did it with an older version. I mean, a newer version. I guess that's why. That's all right. I'll open it up and just say convert. Convert. See if it's going to convert it. Oh, well. Well, I'm glad I did all the variations in front of you because for some reason these don't open up because they're all in the newer version of InDesign. Okay, so that's where you guys are going to go with this.